Morning, Dowse.
Morning.
It's another Friday morning. You've got through 2 rounds of the FA Cup,
Yep.
second in the league on goal difference, but not everything in the garden is rosy, is it?
It's not. No, it isn't as bad. What some make out, to be honest. I had a dig at somebody on Saturday, to tell you the truth, because I'll accept a bit of criticism about the second half. So, and obviously Saturday sitting in the stand was very frustrating, and but it was job done for 70 minutes. There wasn't a problem in the game. That's the way I look at it. Anyway, I thought it was a stroll for 70 minutes, but because they got a bit about them this lot. They hit a worldie, another worldie, and before you know it, you're under pressure. But yeah, that's going to happen in cup football. But I had a crack at somebody, to be honest. Like, I don't mind stick, to be honest. I don't mind stick, but it's got to be fair stick. I don't mind what's happening to the teams that set in a half, shape's not good enough, or whatever. But I got some spanner who was saying after a game, I had a big crack back at him, like, where we've been lucky. Fligging lucky. I said, lucky, you fligging knacker. You know, and stuff. How can you say we're being lucky? Look. Oh, one thing I haven't had is I've been at this job, I had no luck. Okay, so different how you look on what is, because reversing this how it comes, you know, we've had Wasma, who I said was going to be our leader. I did, and that's what I can say. And he's been injured all the time. We've got Jolly, who was going to come in and rat around with Kane Ferdinand, and I said, okay, I've got two ratters who, you know, get the ball and give it out wide and play. And one Jolly's, I'm not saying he's finished, but he's going to have one more attempt. And the other one, Kane Ferdinand's going to be out about 8 weeks and needs an operation. And he's been playing on us for the last time. We've got Hyde, who was for 6 weeks, or we're signed 2 lads from Oxford. And you think, okay, that's great. We've got to pay the wages of these players, or have to up to now. And you got the 2 lads from Oxford, thinking, oh, 2 lads here, youth and you know, and legs and things like that to help out and aggression. And all of a sudden, we're injured. So one thing we haven't figured out. So when criticism may be not a problem. I quite enjoy criticism, to be honest, but didn't give it a one about look and shape and all the rest of it. Because one, how can I work with shape when I've had blinking every 9 players out at a time? At Hodgie 5 and all the rest of it. 2 and all that, you know, by all means complain about conceding goals and whatever. But bloody hell, what we've done to get where we are with the injuries we've got, I think it's been incredible, really. But because I don't shout off the rooftops and all that, and because I have made myself open. Support us, have a go, direct us, whatever I want to do, come and see us, you know. But if anybody mentions look or shape, they don't watch football and shouldn't watch football. In fact, if they mention look and shape and things like that, I'll come see them, I'll give them 15 quid and go and watch all the shots. That's what I think.
Yeah. So, what are you doing about it then?
Yes, I'm going to try very hard, because the directors of the club have been very supportive. The chairman, who I get on well with, and the directors have been amazing, really. I think they feel that, because I am trying to raise money for the club myself. Now, I've got to do something, because what happens is you know, these lads are, except for Johnny now, we had to get paid, we have got to pay for Kane Ferdinand to try to have this operation we do. We have got to pay the bills for the Oxford lads as well, and all that, you know, and stuff like that. And so I want to try to help Christian have one last bash at getting fit. He's not getting paid at the minute, and I want to help Kane Ferdinand, who will have not much money and have to pay an operation and things like that. So I think it's the Monday before the Hungerford game. I'm going to do 100 laps around the pitch for them too, and all that. And that's 2 of them out of the way, and see all I can. 1, to get Kane back as quick as I can, so he can have an operation as quick as he can, and 2, to give Christian that one last chance, because it was against Salford when he done his injuries and all that. And I feel like I appreciate that the board of directors have helped me out a lot here by, you know, they've had to pay for like the Oxford lads and the injured players, and I said I was going to get Wazza and all the rest of it, and injuries, and Christian's injury, and now, you know, Kane's injury. So I'm very frustrated, as you probably tell, a little bit, but that's football. But I want to do something about it. So the only way I can sit here and tell the whole world that everybody's against us and football gods are against us, or I can do something about it, and I'm a big believer in doing so. If anybody can out there support us and me doing this run, it's 100 laps. It'll take us for, I'll start at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'll go on all day till it's done. I won't stop, I won't walk, I will do it, and all the rest of it, but it'll be for them to get the lads, and I feel so that I should be doing something like that. So I would like to take the lead. Doing, you know, if you haven't got any money, you can't do it. If you haven't got any spare change, you can't do it. I appreciate that. It's just the only ones who can help, and like I say, the board of directors have backed us all the way on doing this, and you know, it comes to a point where there's nothing left to more for them to do. So I feel as though I've got to do something myself. So I'd like to try to raise money for Kane's operation and give Christian Jolly this one last chance of this injection, and because he's not getting paid at the minute, I feel as though I'll work to him as well to do that, and that's what I like to do, and that's what the players, you know.
And to this end, I know you and Nick Shaw have built a Just Giving page.
Yeah, I appreciate it. He's done it, and he's going to be out this afternoon, I believe.
It's, the details will accompany the information with this interview. So
brilliant. No, it's great stuff, and I appreciate Nick's help as well. And again, like I say, I've had to get some new signings in, as I'm working very hard to do that and continue everything we do. But I just got frustrated Saturday when somebody said, "Look, anything else but this, Dowse, what's going on about? Is that what you is that what you teach them in training? All the usual spill you'll get any manager does." But I just snapped a bit on the look one, because I think that's one thing I haven't had since I've been in the job. But it'll change, and we'll work hard. And the harder you work, the more things change. We need the supporters, be behind you. I won't be out tomorrow. It'll be a tough game, but I would love the supporters to be behind you. Like I thought it was sensational down at Torquay. I really did. And all of I said, but I can understand frustrations. 2 goals there and 2 goals on Saturday, and sloppiness, because at the start of the season we were keeping clean sheets galore. It hasn't quite been like that the last couple of games, which we're working on training and the signs and stuff like that. And but to do that, you need backing, which the board have. I'm just looking to get a bit of extra for the 2 lads.
Sure. And just to finish off on the 100 laps, do you know how far it is? Because I've seen an estimate.
So over 20 miles it'll be, won't it?
Just over 20 miles, yeah.
It'll be alright, won't it? I know, so I struggled last time. I haven't really trained, so I'll I remember doing the last half marathon when Ian beat us and all that, and they said to me that you've got to have a lot of iron in your body and all that, to run these things. But I didn't realise I had 7 pints of Guinness, but didn't really actually do the trick. So I struggled the next day, so I went on to Guinness instead of my lager, so I'll not be doing that again. And that was on the Saturday night before the Sunday half marathon, so I was in a right state. But the bottom line is, I'll get myself, try to train the best I can. I won't stop, but I do know it'll be a tough one, this one. I found the last one tough with Ian, but I let it go at my own pace and screw around it and just and not stop. But I'll do it because I know how much important it means to Christian. He's a lovely boy, Christian, a lovely boy, Christian. He works in an old people's home, which I think is a lovely thing to do, and he's doing this charity thing for a young boy who wants to walk again, and he's heartbroken about the thing, to be honest. He's a genuine nice kid, and I've always had a lot of time for Christian. And Kane's he's been playing where he hasn't been quite right all season really, and he's been playing through this injury, which he took a clump, I think it was against Hemel, I think it was, and I'll go on, get out there, and he has tried to get out there, but now he needs an operation, which probably should have done a couple of weeks ago. But we'll get him back, and we'll get him back this side of Christmas. It'll be a good addition to have a fit Kane Fernand, and Marnie, we believe, could be alright next week, but before that this week. To be fair, Bradley's been running, but obviously hamstrings and all that, and take a lot. But Hayes come through training sessions and all that, which we're pleased about, and Hodgie has come through training sessions and all that, which we're all pleased about as well. And so we have got hopefully, touch wood, that could be the turning point with us, So that's what I'm hoping,
Let's hope so. But you have been proactive in trying to replace these missing people through injury as well. So what can you tell us about that?
It's all about FA, Jeff next door sorted it all out, FA permission, but I think it was true with Ben Gervin, who was that Truva captain last year, big strap of centre half, commander type, just like I tried to say, was that being that commander type. We do need a captain in there. Obviously we've got a captain at left back, but we do need an organiser in there and a will to win in there, 6'4", and he went to Billericay, was signing for money, and it didn't work out. And it's been on with us, and a lot of clubs have come in from, and I'm delighted he's chose us, to be honest, and he wants to do well, but it's all done, and I believe it will be by the time his interview comes out. But if it's not, it's just the papers are going through the FA, and we've got a lad, Cameron, which Ian Dyer's wrote his name wrong. What's he doing? He's put it in E instead of no, is that right?
Yeah, and his name isn't Cameron either.
What did I say?
It's Donovan.
What did I say?
Cameron.
Oh, sorry, Donovan. Okay, well done. You're telling me a school teacher, Donovan, but I've got mixed up on it. So how would I pronounce his second name? Macoma.
I'm guessing it's Macoma.
Being a school teacher, you should be more guessing, to be honest. Macoma.
Yeah, but it's a French name.
I know, that's what I mean. Okay. So anyway, he's at Stevenage now. So again, I believe it to be done by tomorrow. We've gotten him very well on the phone because he doesn't speak much English, and so I think I've done a deal, but what I haven't told him, I'm giving him a lot less because the accents took them up a bit. And Donovan's been up, he was at Barrow last year, up and down, centre midfielder, energetic, play right back as well, but very energetic, something we feel we're sort of missing there, to be honest. And he went to Stevenage, again, Stevenage bought him for money, and we've managed to do a deal on that one as well. The French boy, very keen to do well. So we look forward to seeing Donovan here and hopefully Ben tomorrow. We'll try to get somebody else from Havant as well, but that hasn't went through. I know that for a fact today. But it's just, I keep saying that if it's not right, which when you watch from the stands, you have a great view. And I've got injuries. You can't pretend it's going to go away. And one thing about football, you never defeat the game. You can't, and all that, and stuff like that. But Donovan, we've been after for. So I'll probably give you a sign in the way I'm trying to sign on now. So Donovan's the one we've been after for quite a long time, and it was on, off, couldn't make it, was going to do it, but both lads, I believe, will get done by tomorrow. That's what I believe. FA permission and all that,
Yeah, Donovan is 19, I think, isn't he?
19,
and I just wanted to say this to you, that I watched an interview with him last night when he signed at Stevenage, and one of the things he said was it was a great club for him to sign for because the manager speaks French. So he's not going to find that here, though, is he?
He'll probably think I'm some foreign manager from Germany or something like that. So it's nice to play for a foreign manager. But he's I've had people like Moussa de Harve and people like that who's his friend, and it was quite an interesting conversation on the phone, saying like, Donovan, it's Dowse. Who's Dowse? Alan, and nobody calls us Alan. Who's Alan? Alan Dowson, manager of Woking. Okay. And I'm thinking, I know it's okay, but you're going to see something here. So anyway, I said, I will text, so I let her text him, and obviously I let her get him in here and say, I want you to do this and that, and get his thing. But, it goes on the Premiership all the time, I think, so it'll be a learning curve for me, but you'll get a shock, he's bloody life listening to my accent and all that, and stuff like that. And I remember, he comes from the same part as Moussa de Harve, and once, I remember going around the whole change room and swearing and kicking buckets and pointing fingers and all that, and Moussa never had a clue what I was saying. He come out of the change room and went to one of the lads and said, the manager's an angry man, and all that, so that's all I got out of Moussa. So I might do the same with Donovan, and but he's a nice kid. He's a very energetic player who Stephen has got a lot of high hopes for, and hopefully we've got to get some players in, and we will do. And that's why I need to do this run and stuff, just to make sure we can afford to do everything. And we're knocking on doors and asking for different things. Me and Adrian Withers, best mate, like we're going down in a town centre after this interview and saying, "Oh, can you help here?" You knock on doors and you might raise 50 grand in a year, but you might raise 20. You just knock on doors and ask and say it's going to be a genuine cause. We do want to put the club back on the map. We do want to do great things down here. Let's all jump in together, and that's what we're trying to do with the public, and stuff like that. So please.
Sure. Tomorrow, back to the league, home to Chelmsford. Chelmsford started off fairly well, didn't they? But they seem to have fallen away a little bit recently, mid-table now.
He'll always have good sides, Rod. He's a friend of mine, and I've got a lot of respect for him. And he'll always have decent sides. He'll always be strong. He'll always be like, you've got to compete in both boxes if you're going to work against him. We'll have a look at him, obviously, with Ian, and have a look on the videos to combat their strengths against our strengths, if you like. But you'll always have good sides. I thought it would be in the top three, and there's no reason. Like I told you at the start of the season, I thought Welland would win the championship, and everybody else being around the mix, if you like. But they'll always be up there, Chelmsford. So I think I had a run last year, and they come back and got in the playoffs, and we beat them in the playoff semi-final where we got battered, and Max Krasmar scores a penalty, and that's where a lad got sent off. But I'm not so sure. He'll always have good sides down there. We're a well-supported club, well-run club, so it'll be a tough game. But we're decent and they're decent, so let's crack on with it,
Absolutely. And finally, you mentioned Welling there. Of course, that's the next round of the FA Cup. I know it's the game after next, but we're drawn at home against a team in our own division rather than higher. Couldn't ask for much more. Really.
You can't ask for no more. It'll be a tough team because they're a good side. They've got a good side down there, and they're flying at the minute. But how can you sort of say, lads, we've had 2 draws which have been kind of work, two to Mitcham, and I thought these were excellent, kept and well managed, were really enthusiastically managed on the bench here. Where I was sitting in the stand watching down, and I could tell when I watched them last Tuesday, I said, "Oh well, lads, you're in the..." But they've been kind because they've been 2 leagues down, without disrespecting anyway, because I thought they're both run clubs. Now, as you go in the leagues, they're not going to get any easier, and if you want to progress in the first round proper, and you want to get Sunderland or hopefully or Portsmouth or something like that, you've got to play like Welland or whoever. It could have been a hell of a lot worse, but a hell of a lot better. I think that Steve King, who's done a good job down there, would be thinking exactly like me, thinking, that's a hard one. Winnable, but hard. He'd be thinking, winnable, but hard. So I think we're both thinking the same thing, and I imagine the players are too. But if it's winnable, we've got to go and attack it, So we look forward to the football. It's starting to take shape a bit, I believe. I think we're going to get stronger. I do. I think there's a lot of tough games, and the outside stuff's going well. You can't lie down. Obviously, I had a crack back of that fan on Saturday, which that's football, I suppose, and I don't mind stick. Anything else, the community, we're going to go out there this afternoon and walk around the shops we are once all these deals have been through. Matt Jones, I would like to mention at Churchy, one of our supporters, and he comes home and away in the orchard for the dementia, the day centres, and I went down there and I threw a few darts with him, and it's an amazing job we do. So if anybody out there has got dementia, send them there, because it's a lovely place to go. Have a walk-in centre, we play darts with them and they do things. And I popped in to see him because I said I would, and what a lovely thing they do there. What a lovely thing they do there. So it's things are going well. Tomorrow night after a game, we've got to dash up to London, because there's a thing that Emily Ash Trust do, which we're looking forward to going, because it's kids with cancer and leukemia. So I'm up there as well. So all that means a lot to me, because people like Paul Forrester, who's always helped me out, helps us from that environment. So we just want to get the good name of working out there, and obviously that's got to come from what we do on the pitch. If anybody says to me, I'm going to be a community man, I'm going to raise 50-60 grand a year, which I can do myself, but not win football matches, and I'm pointless. I've got to win football matches. I just feel as though I've been a tad unlucky, a tad frustration because I'm sitting in the stand for something I shouldn't be, to be honest, and so it's a frustration time at the minute, but there you go. We'll crack on and all the rest of it, and we'll be okay.
Excellent. Nothing that one or two decent results can't solve.
We've had more than 1 or 2, like we've had 9.
No, I mean going forward.
I'm sure you were at support and disguise on Saturday, David. No, you're right, mate. No, I appreciate all the interviews and everything what you do as well. So that's fantastic, and we'll win a few games, and I think it'll be good tomorrow. My niece is getting married and all, so I wish her well as well. And my kids up in Newcastle, my wife's up in Newcastle, so I'm down here on Muir at the minute, so I haven't eaten for 3 days. But the bottom line is it's going to be a good day tomorrow all round, so we'll look forward to it. I hope the support as well, and let's get back to top of the league. That's what we want.
Absolutely. Many thanks. See you tomorrow.
Cheers, dear.